everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to get ready with you on camera and I want to show you a bronzy summer makeup look. I know I probably sound like a broken record because I usually like to go for these types of looks. If I was to go out during the summer now at night, I think I would want something along these lines. Warm, a little bit of a bronze on the eye. That's what we're going to be doing today, and let's get right into it. So as usual, for the base, I'm going to use my concealer, the sides of my nose, my mouth, whatever's left on the chin. If I was to follow this makeup look for a night out, I could actually use a little bit of foundation because it's not as hot at night, I guess, as it is during the day, but I completely forgot to bring my foundation with me, so I am doing my usual base makeup routine, and I'm going for mostly powders today because especially when it's very hot outside, I feel like when I sweat the creams away. So I personally prefer to go for powder products when I really want my makeup to stay. And I do know that a lot of people set their creams with powder products, but to me that's just, it's just an extra step. If I'm adding a cream bronzer and a powder bronzer on top, I may as well just use the powder bronzer. I'm personally not a double layer type of person, unless it's like I want to add a shimmer blush on top of my cream blush. I prefer a cream product for like a very fresh everyday look, and if I want to look a little bit more glam, I would usually go for powders instead. So now that the concealer is applied, I'm going to set that with a little bit of powder, not much. I don't usually bake because I have just very dry under eyes pretty quickly, or at least they just feel dry. I prefer to just give them a light dusting of powder instead of baking. Like when I see girls baking, it looks very good, but it also, just looking at them, looks like it must feel so dehydrated. And doesn't it feel dry? Like when I speak and my skin starts to kind of like feel tight, I can only imagine how that must feel like when you have baked. Maybe that's just a dry skin girl problem. So that's why I stay far away from baking. I've never tried it, and I also don't intend on. Whatever's left, I like to put over my chin and around my nose. Again, this is more so when I know I want to look more flawless. For an everyday, I would probably really just apply it on my eye area and not care about the rest. For bronzer, I'm going to use my Beauty bronzer in the shade Solar Storm. Such a beautiful bronzer. It's my favorite powder bronzer at the moment, but there is a powder bronzer that I have been wanting for a very long time again, and it is the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. It has been many years. I first got it when I was 15 and it was probably the best bronzer ever, but I've been wanting that bronzer again for a very long time because it just has the most beautiful actual like cocoa brown color. It isn't orange, it smells very good. It's really the color for me. I feel like nowadays it's either they're very warm and orange toned, or like they lean a little bit orange, or those that are advertised for lighter skin people, more cool toned people, they are very red toned, like they have like pinky hues, but that just makes me look red all over, and I don't like that. I want a bronzer that looks brown, like actually like a neutral cocoa brown color. That one from Too Faced always gave me that look, so I think if I was going to buy a new powder bronzer in the near future, it is probably that one. It was just so good. Like I never looked orange. It just looked so good. For blush, I think I'm gonna do a combination. I have to admit, I have been kind of into high-end blushes. It's just that the blushes that have been intriguing for me have been high-end ones. That doesn't mean that I don't like my drugstore blushes. It's just when I'm looking for a certain color, it just happens to be a MAC blush, or it happens to be, I don't know, Beauty, whatever it is. But like for instance, if I was going for cream, I love these Essence blush sticks. I feel like I'm really a combination type of girl. Like my powder is Essence, my blush may be MAC. Anyways, for this look I wanted to mix. I don't know yet which one I want to start with first. When I think of a look like that, you know, going out at night, it's the summertime, I definitely think of Sunbasque by MAC with a very refined, beautiful shimmer to it. It's not chunky, it's just so soft and beautiful. It's a sheer toned shimmer. You can definitely build it up, really easy to work with. And I also have from bareminerals the blush in Kiss of Pink. It's the Blonzer that they have. I had this blush on my wants list for over 3 months before I actually committed to it, and I'm very happy with it. It's a beautiful color, and I do have to say that I was kind of surprised to see it being so similar to Deep Throat by NARS, which if you've been here, you know this is one of my favorites. It's so stunning. I mean, Deep Throat is definitely a bit more pink, but if you're someone who just, you're not a big makeup collector, if you have one or the other, you probably don't need the other. This one is talc free. This is the old formula from NARS that isn't talc free, but the new one is, so they would be both talc free, and they are similar in shade. It's just that the Kiss of Pink from bareminerals is more of a peachy pink, whereas Deep Throat is more of, it's also a peachy pink, but I feel like it leans more pink. And I feel like this is a shimmer blush and this is a blush with a sheen. So I also feel like formula wise they are very different. It really comes down to personal preference, but I just wanted to show you because when I got this one I was like, that looks so similar to Deep Throat. And it definitely does, but they do also have their differences, especially in formula. So I wanted to use Sunbasque and Kiss of Pink, and I don't know how I want to do it. Since the idea of the makeup look was always to use Sunbasque, I think I'll go in with that one first. And if I feel like I need a little bit more of a pink tint, then I go in with Kiss of Pink. So I'm gonna go into Kiss of Pink very lightly, and I'm just literally applying it all over. This is probably not gonna show much, but like I've said before, it just satisfies my head to know that I applied it. For highlighter, I'm going to use the rembeauty highlight topper in Miss Mercury. It's such a beautiful champagne gold. And I'm just applying that to the tip of my nose. And I think that's it because I feel like the cheeks are shimmery enough. For my eyes, I want to start with a matte shade to just give an even base. So I'm using the Cream and Sugar palette from e.l.f. and I'm just taking that light ivory bone color and applying that all over. For the bronze kind of color that I'm going for, I will be using the Maybelline Tattoo 24 cream eyeshadow. This is the shade On and On Bronze, which is the most beautiful taupey bronze. I love a bronze shade that pulls a little bit more taupey, that isn't too warm. So I try to focus it on like the outer part, a little bit into the crease, along the lash line, but just not in this inner part right here, because I don't like to close off my eye. So you can see that there is the most shadow kind of in this area, and here it's pretty light. That is what I was trying to achieve. Now I will be using my fluffy brush again and the highlighter, and I'm gonna add that into pretty much this blank space here. Now I'm going to be doing my eyeliner, tracing my upper lash line naturally. If there's one step in makeup that excites me almost as much as applying my blush and applying my lip, then that is to apply my brow gel. I just love this brow gel so much. Enjoy how it makes my brows look. My brows always look beautiful when I use this brow gel. There's not one time when I'm doing my brows that they turn out bad, and it's simply because of this gel. It just makes the brows look how I want them to look. I've been using this for a few years and it's definitely my go-to for no matter what, but especially now during the summertime, it's hot, it's humid. I feel like that is especially when this brow gel just shines. And I actually saw one of the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders, Abby. She actually tried this in one of her TikToks and she had like a full day of rehearsal, practice, whatever it was, and her brows looked bomb. It was a kind of like got to be partner video, but it just performed so well, even on her being an athlete, dancer. I mean, I didn't need that video to know how good this is because I have personally just seen and experienced how nice it is. But just seeing one of my favorites also use it, I was just like, yes. I feel even better about using this. I enjoy it so much. Okay, lastly for the lips. What I personally like to do is, although the cheeks are pretty warm, the skin and the eye, they have like those bronzy tones, I don't want to go completely bronzy on my lips as well. What I like to do is I like to tie in a little bit of pink here and there. I love pink on myself. I feel like it just flatters me a lot. Since we used the Kiss of Pink blush, that is a very warm pink, we have a little bit of pink on the cheek, just a little bit. It's mostly a warm bronzy kind of color, so I figured I would love to add like a warm pink on my lips as well. So I will be using the Essence Super Peptide Lip Treatment in the shade Coralized, I think. I don't have my glasses on. And for lip liner, because it matches everything, I'm going to use Nude Truffle from NYX first. There's a fly in here that's really driving me nuts right now. Lip treatment on top. And I think I will be adding just the tiniest little bit of Sweet Mouth by Fenty. Okay, that's enough because I can literally feel the lip gloss just sliding all over right now because I applied a little bit too much. And I think that finishes the makeup look. Let me just get my hair down. I know my hair is crazy today because I wanted to let it air dry yesterday and then it kind of began to air dry, but I also then blow dried on top, so my hair looks absolutely crazy. It's not straight, it's not wavy. I have a natural, very soft wave that is starting to kind of grow out because of heat damage. I used Hot Tools on my hair for over 14 years, so my hair is done. It definitely doesn't know what its natural hair texture is anymore. So yeah, I don't know. My hair is a mess. But yeah, first, let's just look at the makeup. I hope that it looks good on camera. I feel like on camera, a lot of the times my blush looks either patchy, too much. It's just because of the color of the video, and also once I am color grading a little bit on top, I feel like usually my makeup doesn't look as good as it does in real life. In real life it just looks blended and seamless, and I do know that I have sunspots and everything that when not covered with foundation can look a little bit patchy once I apply blush on top. Sometimes I'm hard on myself because I look back at the video and I'm like, oh, it looks patchy here, it looks patchy there, and then I'm like, yeah, and I am not perfect and neither are you. We're all not perfect. We're human and it looks nice like this. It's fine. It's just makeup. Honestly, I think I'm gonna rock the weird, somewhat wavy, somewhat straight hair. I don't care. So yeah, this completes today's video. I hope that you had fun hanging out. I hope that you enjoyed how this makeup look turned out. If you enjoyed it, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. That helps my channel out to potentially reach more people, and it just makes me super happy. Lets me know that you did like it. And I just hope to see you in my next video, which hopefully is very soon. And until then, just take care of yourself. Bye.